You know, it's a super common thing to want to change something about our appearance. And for a lot of people, that focus lands right on the face. So today, we're going to cut through all the noise and get to the real story behind losing face fat.
Have you ever looked at a photo of yourself and thought, whoa, where did my cheeks come from? If you have, you are definitely not alone. It's one of the most common goals out there. But what's the actual way to get there?
To really answer that, we have to start by busting a huge myth, one that is all over the fitness world. It's this idea that you can just pick a spot on your body and decide to lose fat from right there.
Yeah, this whole concept is called spot reduction. Just think about all those ads for ab workouts that promise a flat stomach, or those leg exercises that are supposed to give you slimmer thighs. The whole promise is that if you work a specific muscle, the fat sitting right on top of it will just melt away. But is that really how our bodies work?
So the climb is pretty simple, right? Do a bunch of facial exercises and you'll burn the fat from your cheeks and your chin. But the science? Well, it tells a totally different story. When your body needs energy, it doesn't just pull fat from the one spot you're moving. Nope, it pulls fat for fuel from all over. So the only way to lose fat in one specific place, like your face, is to lower your overall body fat.
And that, right there, requires a pretty big shift in how we think about this. The goal isn't just about your face anymore. It's about your overall health. It's a much bigger picture. But honestly, it's also a way more effective one. So let's see how this actually works in practice.
Okay, first up, let's talk about diet. What you put into your body has a massive, and I mean massive, impact on your body's composition and how much water you retain. And those are two of the biggest factors in how your face looks.
So here are 3 super simple but really powerful adjustments. First, try swapping out refined carbs, like cookies and pasta, for whole grains. Think oatmeal or brown rice. Second, watch your sodium. That puffy look, a lot of the time, it's just fluid retention from too much salt. And get this, over 75% of the sodium we eat comes from processed foods, not the salt shaker. And finally, boost your fiber. It helps you feel full longer, which naturally helps you manage your overall calorie intake.
So you might be wondering, what's the magic number for fiber? Well, the dietary guidelines for Americans recommend that adults aim for about 28 to 34 grams every single day. Seriously, just hitting this target with more fruits, veggies, and whole grains can be a total game changer for your fat loss journey.
But it's not just about what's on your plate. Your daily habits, those little things you do every day without even thinking, they can have a surprisingly huge impact too. Let's break down 3 foundational habits. First, drink more water. It's amazing what happens when you just replace sugary drinks with water. It's a really powerful tool for weight loss. Second, try to limit alcohol. It's full of what we call empty calories, and it can lead to dehydration. And third, and this is a big one, prioritize your sleep. Not getting enough sleep can really mess with the hormones that control your hunger.
And just like with fiber, there's a target number for sleep. The CDC recommends that adults get at least 7 hours of quality sleep every night. Hitting that goal helps keep your metabolism and your hunger hormones in check, which supports your body's ability to manage weight way more effectively.
The whole problem with alcohol is those empty calories. What that means is they're high in calories, but they have basically none of the good stuff your body actually needs, like vitamins and minerals. And on top of that, drinking too much can lead to dehydration and water retention, which is basically the perfect recipe for facial puffiness.
All right, let's move on to our final piece of the puzzle, your physical routine. We've covered diet and habits, so let's talk about how movement fits into this whole picture.
So, what kind of exercise is best? Well, cardio, that's anything that gets your heart rate up, is absolutely key for promoting overall fat loss. Now, what about those facial exercises you see online? They might help tone the muscles under the skin, which could improve your appearance, but the research on whether they actually burn facial fat is, well, it's pretty limited. Remember, we can't spot reduce.
The real key is to focus on cardio, and here's a great target to aim for. The CDC recommends at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity cardio every week. That could be anything from a brisk walk to cycling or even dancing. Just find something you enjoy. Consistency here is what's really going to drive that overall fat loss.
Okay, so we've covered diet, habits, and exercise. Let's zoom out for a second and pull this all together. What is the real takeaway here?
Let's just quickly summarize. First, and say it with me, spot reduction is a myth. What truly changes how your face looks is reducing your overall body fat. And you do that with a holistic strategy, diet, healthy habits, and regular exercise all working together.
And the best part is that these changes are good for your entire body, not just your face.
And this really reframes the whole journey, doesn't it? What if the real goal isn't just about getting a slimmer face? What if it's about building a healthier, more vibrant life, where a slimmer face is just one of the many awesome side effects of taking amazing care of yourself? It's definitely something to think about.